Hello and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be working on largest odd number in a string. And in the problem you're given a string num representing a large integer. Return the largest valued odd integer as a string that is a non-empty substring of num or an empty string if the number doesn't exist. Substring is a contiguous sequence of characters within a string. And so for the number here we have 52, so the output is 5. Because that's the biggest one we can make. For the second one, there are no odd digits, so we want to return the empty string. And for the last one, it's this whole thing. So this last one kind of gives you a hint on what to do. So let's say we just have some number, right? Let's just say our number is like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So in order to be an odd number, what's the criteria for an odd number, right? So for the criteria for an odd, is number has to end with odd digit, right? So we can just look at like all the valid endpoints for our number. So it would be like here, 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 and here. And then think about, for all these endpoints, what's like the biggest possible number? So let's take a look. Let's start over here. So 1, the biggest number would be 1. For 3, we can have like, and it has to be contiguous, right? So largest valued. Yeah, I think it has to be, contiguous substring. So for 3, it would have to be either 3 or 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. For 5, it is 5 or 5, 4, 3 or 5, 4 or so on. And basically the idea is for every single n digit, no matter which one you pick, the largest number, if you think about it, if I have a number with x digits and a number with x plus 1 digits, well, as long as these digits, like as long as it's not some like leading zeros thing, right? As long as it's not like 0, 0, 0, 1 or something, this is always going to be bigger. So you're just going to always want to pick the number with most digits. Like even if these are all, like if our x digits is like 9999, but we have 5 digits that are like 1, 1, 1, or even all zeros after this, right? Because this is automatically bigger, it doesn't really matter what the digits are as long as they're non-zero leading. The number with more digits is always going to be better. So for whatever odd index we pick for our number, we're just going to want to pick the longest one we can. And similarly, which one of these would we want to pick? Well, now that we figured out that the number with the most digits is better, we can just loop from right to left, and then whatever the first odd digit we encounter, that's going to give us the number with the most digits, right? Like here, the number, obviously this is a 9, but even if this was like a 1, this is still going to be the best to pick as your end index because this number will give you 9 digits. So kind of the algorithm, pretty straightforward. You just loop backwards through the number, find the first odd digit, and then remember we're going to want to have as many digits as possible, and it doesn't really matter what they are, and they tell us it doesn't have any leading zeros. So we just want to have the longest digit number, so we just find the first odd digit going from right to left, and then we just take the rest of it. So in this case, it would be the entire number. Or let's say this was like a 2, we would loop, and the first odd digit we'd find would be the 7, so we would just return everything from the 7 to the very front all the time. And you can just return that substring. So let's say this is index I, you can just return that substring of nums 0 to I plus 1, right? We can just slice it off and return it. And if we went through all of our numbers and didn't find anything, then we could simply just return the empty string, right? So we just loop backwards, find an odd digit, whatever odd digit we just return from that index to the very start of the string. That's going to be our biggest number possible. And if we didn't find any odd digits whatsoever, we just return the empty string. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty simple. So we can code it up now. So essentially what we're going to have is we're just going to, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can have a set of odd numbers, or you could convert to integer. I found the set actually had like a better runtime, so we can use the set, I guess. Doesn't really matter. So we'll just say like odds equals set of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then we can just say for, we can also get the length of this, but not really needed, but either way, do this. And now we could say for I in range of n minus 1 right? The last index to the very start, loop backwards, standard loop in Python. If num I and odds, then we just want to return that entire chunk, right? So we can just return num 0 up to, I don't think we even need to provide the 0 here. So 0 up to I plus 1, right? Because it's non-inclusive. Finally, if we never find it, we just return the empty string. And let's see how that goes. Num. Okay. And yeah, pretty easy one. So there we go. Yeah, and so for the, let's go over the time and space real quick. So even though we are not looping through the whole thing, right? Like we end early. The thing is, we still have to like slice, which is going to be O(n). And obviously we can also just run through, like worst case, actually our entire number doesn't have odd numbers, so you would have to run through the whole thing. So it's going to be O(n). Can't really do better than that. And then space. The set's only going to have 5 digits, so it's just O(1). And yeah, super easy one. So hopefully you liked it. And it'd be interesting if they keep giving us easy problems for all of December. We'll see about that. Anyway, if you did like it, please like it, and please subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.